Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Therese with the Decula branch of the Gwinnett County Public Library. Thank you for joining me on this journey today as we use our imaginations to visit a different part of the world. Grab your passports and buckle up. Today, we're visiting Italy. Italy is located across the Atlantic Ocean in Europe. You may recognize some of these famous landmarks from Italy, like the ancient Roman Colosseum, the canals and gondolas of Venice, or the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Some of history's most famous artists and musicians come from Italy. It is also the birthplace of the piano, the violin, and the opera. You're probably familiar with Italy's food. Pizza, pasta, lasagna, gelato, and cannoli are just a few of the yummy things you might find to eat there. Now we're going to hear a folk tale from Italy called Priceless Gifts. It's written by Martha Hamilton and Mitch Weiss, illustrated by John Kanzler, and read with permission from August House Incorporated. Long ago, a merchant named Antonio made his home in the city of Genoa, Italy. One day, Antonio filled his ship with goods and sailed to some faraway islands. There, he planned to obtain spices that were in great demand at home. When he arrived, Antonio traveled from island to island. He traded velvet for cinnamon, dolls for cloves, and leather belts for nutmeg. On one island, Antonio was invited to dine at the king's palace. But when he sat down to eat, Antonio saw several men holding sticks as if they were ready to strike something. How strange, he wondered. What are these guards doing? Antonio's question was answered when dinner was served. Attracted by the smell of food, dozens of rats suddenly appeared. The guards chased the rats this way and that and drove them away with the sticks. Antonio was horrified. "Your Majesty," he said, "don't you have cats on this island?" The king looked baffled. "Cats? Never heard of them. What are they?" "Cats are small furry animals that love to hunt," replied Antonio. "More than anything else, they like to chase rats. They would rid this island of rodents in no time." "Really?" asked the king. "Where might we find some cats? If you bring us some, we will pay anything for them. Just name your price." "It is not necessary to pay me for cats," Antonio explained. "We have many on our ship. I am happy to give you some." Antonio left and returned quickly with a female tabby and a male tomcat. When he set them loose, the rats scurried from the dining hall with the cats close at their heels. "What amazing animals!" cried the king. "Thank you, my friend. Now I would like to give you something in return." The king presented Antonio with a chest filled with precious stones and gleaming jewels. "Your Majesty, there is no need for this," protested Antonio. But the king would not take no for an answer. "Antonio, you have given us priceless gift. Besides, we have so many gems and jewels on our island that we don't know what to do with them. Please accept this present in exchange for these truly fine animals." Antonio returned to Genoa and told the story of his journey. Everyone marveled at his good fortune, except Luigi, the richest merchant in the city. When he heard the news, he was jealous. "The king of that island gave Antonio all those rare jewels and stones for two worthless cats," Luigi said to himself. "Why, the poorest peasant could have given him that gift. Imagine what the king would give me if I brought him something of real value." And so Luigi packed his ship full of splendid sculptures, exquisite paintings, and the finest fabrics. When he arrived at the island, He lied and sent word to the king that he was a good friend of Antonio. Upon hearing this, the king invited Luigi to dinner. When he saw the treasures, the king was stunned. "I am touched by your generosity, Luigi," he declared. "I don't know how I can repay you." The king met with his counselors. After some time, Luigi was called to the royal chamber. "We have debated at length about a present for you, Luigi. I am pleased to say that we have finally come up with the perfect one. It is truly priceless." With that, the king ordered his servants to bring in the gift. Luigi could barely contain his excitement. He was certain he would receive at least 20 times as many jewels as Antonio. The king presented Luigi with a silken cushion covered with a velvet cloth. When Luigi lifted the cloth, he was speechless. There sat a ball of fur. When it moved, Luigi realized that it was a kitten. "The priceless cats that your friend Antonio gave us just had a litter of kittens. Because you blessed us with such lavish gifts, we wanted to pay you with our most precious possession." As Luigi looked at the beaming face of the king, he realized that, in the king's mind, the little kitten was worth far more than all the treasures Luigi had given to him. He knew the right thing to do was smile and pretend to be delighted with the gift, and that's what he did. And although Luigi did not return home a richer man, he was certainly a wiser one. In the story, Antonio travels to faraway islands in search of cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. Today, we're going to learn how to make an Italian dessert called cannoli cream that uses all three of these spices. For this recipe, you will need half teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/8 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 2 cups of ricotta cheese, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and your favorite pre-made Italian cookies or cannoli shells for serving. Gather your ingredients and let's get started. Begin by draining the ricotta cheese. Place it in a fine mesh strainer and let it drain in the refrigerator overnight. Discard the remaining liquid, then combine the drained ricotta with powdered sugar. Next, add the cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. Mix everything together on high speed until it's smooth and creamy. And you're done. Serve your cannoli cream as a dip with Italian cookies, or you can pipe it into pre-made cannoli shells. To learn more about Italy, check out some of these great resources at your Gwinnett County Public Library. Hi again! I hope you had fun being adventurous and learning about a new culture. Once you've watched this video and completed the activity, please consider sharing your photos and videos with us by sending them to daclib@gwinnettpl.org and using the hashtag TalesAroundTheWorld in the subject line. See you for next week's trip as we take a journey to ancient Greece.